welcome. In today's video, we're calling out Sky Sports F1. Once again, this will probably turn into a rant, but we got to call out Sky Sports F1. Yeah, their bias towards British drivers is an absolute disgrace. Obviously, they're a UK channel. They're going to protect the Brits at all costs, but they've been called out by Adrian Newey, nationalistic. Easy for me to say, but yeah, they've been called out, and it is true. Their treatment of Vettel when he was dominating and Max when he was up against Hamilton is an absolute disgrace. And Sky, their show was really good when they first launched in 2012. Now it is shit. Say it how you see it, and not at all. The show now is shit. It's full of woke, diverse, underqualified pundits. No matter what you watch, whether you watch it on Italian TV, F1 TV, Dutch TV, it's full of woke, diverse shit who are underqualified for the role. And there should be better pundits on the TV. But as I said before, we got one man to thank for that, and you see him there, 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton, banging his drum to get some diverse in the paddock. But yeah, their bias is a disgrace. That's what we're focusing on today. Sky Sports F1 are biased. The way they treat Max, who is a unique, special talent, the world champion, and their opening credits, it's full of British drivers. Norris, Lewis. Max is, as we speak right now, he is a 3-time champion in a row, yet he's hardly on the credits. The show used to be top class, but it has gone to shit. Honestly, it's unwatchable now. And they shouldn't even be charging for what they're putting out. They've got so many underqualified pundits. The UK channel will always protect the Brits at all costs, but they're meant to be impartial. David Croft absolutely windmills over the British drivers. I mean, the way they've gone on about Lando Norris this season sums it up. They've gone on like he's some god. And he still is behind Max in the drivers. And Piastri's not that far behind him. And they will do it to Oscar next, when he starts tanning Lando's arse. They did it to Max in 21. They did it to Vettel back in the day when he was dominating. The reason Sebastian Vettel got booed was down to Sky F1 and their bias. The reason Max gets a lot of hate, Sky F1 bias. The reason Piastri will get hate, Sky F1 bias. And another point I want to see, they absolutely froth over Lewis and Lando, but they don't actually do it that much over George Russell. I've noticed that. Lewis and Lando, they absolutely go mad for, but they don't go that mad for George Russell. And they won't go that mad for Ollie Behrman, I don't think. It's Lewis and Norris. They're being called out by Adrian Newey. Adrian Newey has called it nationalistic. Max and Seb were treated like dogs when they were dominating. And they were. And it stems from Sky F1, who now... what is it? It's not about F1. It's about, like, popularity. You know. It's like, pick me, you know. It's nothing to do with racing now. It's just like, yeah. We've covered the credits. They show the Brits all the time. They don't show the, you know, through comes Hamilton. What about Max when he won the world title? You know what I mean? Yeah. Lando and Lewis get all the headlines. George Russell, not so much. And I've noticed that. But, yeah. It must be infuriating for, like, non-Brits to watch Sky F1. Because it's just absolute windmill over Brits taking over the sport as well, because we're going to have quite a few on the grid. Maybe that needs to be coming. I said we should only have one race per country. Maybe you're only allowed so many drivers from one nationality. The way what have I got written down here? The way they've gone on about Lando Norris, I mean, honestly, he's made so many mistakes this year, but if you watch Sky F1, you'd actually think he's been absolutely pristine, no mistakes. It's embarrassing. Adrian Newey called them out, fair play to him. Red Bull, have banned Sky from doing interviews in the past, with Ted Kravitz saying Max was robbed of an 8th title, which is true, but you can't say on TV because you're meant to be impartial. Johnny Herbert was sacked from this outfit so they could bring in females and diverse hires. So he's won a race 3 times. He's going to know a lot more about F1 than these. If you're good at your job, then fair play. But these are not good at their job. They're underqualified. I've got it written down here. Craig Slater, conning a living. Rachel Brooks, conning a living. Danica Patrick, the worst of them all, conning a living. Natalie Pinkham, conning a living. Simon Lazenby, host the show. What motorsport background has he got? Conning a living. Naomi Schiff, only on the TV because of Lewis Hamilton banging a drum about diverse. Shocking. Failed racing driver, would be nowhere near the cameras. Shocking. Bernie Collins. She was an absolute good strategist for Aston Martin. It's ironic. She left Aston Martin, who were going to dominate the sport in a few years. She's left a good paid role, being a strategist, to come on TV for the attention. Awful. Honestly. Like, listening to her is like someone scratching down her, like, chalkboard. Awful. Conning a living. All these are not fit to work for Sky F1. And the bosses at Sky F1 should really be having a look at their show. I'm sure they've got a contract till 2029. Yeah, if they carry on like this, someone else will be coming in for the rights of Formula 1. Because at the minute, Sky F1 is nowhere near good enough. They need to go back to their roots. The show has become unwatchable, unbearable, and it's full of pundits that literally have no clue what they're talking about. They're on there for the attention, you know. They stroke the ego of the drivers as well. These females, they ask such soft questions. I've got it written down here. This results... You get these females asking these questions. This results in soft questioning and at times downright poor journalism, as a Sky F1 team don't want to offend anyone in case they are refused interviews, like we saw with Red Bull. They will play. They'll stroke the ego. Honestly, Lewis and Lando could have the worst race ever. Oh, yeah, you know. Oh, better luck next week and all this. Rosberg and Martin Brundle are the only ones that ask the real tough questions. Ted Kravitz kind of does, but he's another one that blows the Brits instead of saying it how it is. Rosberg and Brundle will ask the tough questions. It's become a real poor display of Sky F1. They're too biased towards the Brits. They should be impartial. They should be giving Max and Vettel and other drivers credit. I mean, Colapinto should be getting the headlines from last week. Behrman did a good job, but Colapinto, outstanding. But he's Argentinian, so he won't get a look in. It's Brits windmill. Sky Sports F1 at the minute it's unwatchable. It's all attention. It's not really about racing, and it sets a stroking the ego for the drivers sets a bad example for the, like, it's not a good role model, is it, for the female fans watching F1, trying to get in F1. I mean, they're taking over every channel, F1 TV, Italian TV, Australian TV. There'll be a black pundit and a load of females talking about F1. Look at F1 TV, Lawrence Barretto. Honestly, talks like he's inhaled helium for like 7 days. I mean, rubbish. Get some proper pundits on there that are going to call it out. You know, I want to see brutal questioning. Jack Villeneuve, can't stand him. F1's worst world champion. But he called out Daniel Ricciardo. He called him out. And what happened after he called them out? You had Rachel Brooks saying, "Oh, that's a bit harsh. Oh, poor Daniel. Poor Daniel." It's a good job Pinkham wasn't there, because she would have been crying. Like, literally, absolutely blows Daniel Ricciardo. Overrated, social media, bunny. Rubbish. The whole show at the minute is rubbish. Honestly, if I was Brundle, live, breathe, die F1, I'd be, like, trying to find a new role. We used to have it free for air, ITV, BBC. It is on Channel 4 at the minute, but Channel 4's shit because it doesn't do the live races. So you're forced to watch Sky F1. But right now, the race is on at 1 o'clock. I'll try and turn my TV on 12:57, 12:58. Qualifying's on at 2 o'clock, the same. Don't want to watch the build-up. It is shit. It is stroke the driver's ego, biased, like, just shit. It is absolutely shit at Sky F1. They shouldn't be charging the amount of money they are to watch it. I can't be the only one that thinks this. It's full. Like, if people are good at their job, I have no issue with females being on the TV if they're good at their job. But they're shit. They're absolutely shit. And it's not just females. Craig Slater is an absolute buffoon. Honestly, I swear he picks F1 news out of his arse. Like, shit. Simon Lazenby, shit. I mean, Bernie Collins, in a good role at Aston Martin. She's come on Sky F1, chalkboard. Oh, I think it's going to be a 2-stop strategy. 3 stops, I back in Aston Martin. Piss off, man. Rubbish. Absolutely shit. Comment down below your thoughts. Maybe I've gone off on one, but honestly, I'm not going to change. I say it how I see it. If I really say how I see it, I mean, my girlfriend's not going to like this. I can already see her glancing at me, shaking her head. It's cock in hand job. It literally is. Cock in the hand job, sex appeal. There's no sex appeal about it. Get some proper pundits on. Honestly, if you're watching F1 to, you know, cock in the hand job, you need to get out more and get a girlfriend. Yeah. Say it how you see it and not at all. Yeah. Another rant. Comment down below your thoughts. This will be interesting. But yeah, I have no problem with pundits if they're good at their job. These lot are not good at their job. The only ones I keep is Rosberg, Brundle, and Kravitz probably. But even he's slightly out the door. Yeah, thanks for watching. Adios. If you're going to make sure you subscribe. More videos coming. Support's been insane recently. Adios. This is what you get on this channel. Say it how you see it or not at all. I'm not going to... No splinters in my ass. Adios.